In this video, we are going to discuss about sonnets, its origin and what are the different types of sonnets. Let's begin with the basics. Firstly, what is a sonnet? A sonnet is simply a 14-line poem. The word sonnet is derived from an Italian word sonetto, which means little poem. Also remember that a sonnet always has a fixed rhyme scheme and it uses iambic pentameter. Now, if you are not familiar with the concept iambic pentameter, iambic simply means a pattern in which an unstressed syllable is followed by a stressed syllable. Now we call this iambic pentameter because this pattern repeats 5 times in a line in a sonnet. The writers of sonnets are usually called sonneteers. Now let's look into the origin of sonnets. Sonnets were actually invented in Italy during the 13th century. Some Renaissance poets in Italy like Giacomo da Lentino and other poets of Sicilian school are responsible for the development of Italian sonnets. But the most famous Italian sonneteer then was Francisco Petrarch. So because of this poet Petrarch, Italian sonnets are also called Petrarchan sonnets. The first type of sonnets that we are going to discuss is the Italian or Petrarchan sonnet. These sonnets are arranged with an octave and then a sestet. Octave means a paragraph of 8 lines and sestet means 6 lines. So in total they make a poem of 14 lines. That is a sonnet. The octave part of the sonnet always introduces a problem or a desire or a situation or a conflict of the poet. In the sestet part, the poet gives a solution to the given problem. The 9th line of the sonnet, that is the line that comes just after the octave as the beginning of the sestet, that line is called volta. The rhyme scheme is also different for the octave and the sestet. For the octave, the rhyme is AB, BA, AB, BA. The rhyme of sestet can be CDE, CDE or CDC, DCD. This is the poem titled On His Blindness by John Milton. You need not understand the whole meaning of the poem. Let's just go through it to understand the form of the sonnet. The sonnet has an octave and a sestet and the rhyme scheme ABBA, ABBA and CDE, CDE, which makes it perfectly a Petrarchan sonnet. The next type of sonnets that we are going to discuss is the English or Shakespearean sonnet. Now after sonnet was popularized in Italy in the 16th century, sonnet was introduced in Britain by Sir Thomas Wyatt and Henry Howard. The new English sonnets were only translations of the Italian sonnets, but they brought a new rhyme scheme to these sonnets, which were AB, AB, CD, CD, EF, EF and GG, that is 3 quatrains and 1 couplet. The couplet was brilliantly written by these poets that they could summarize the whole poem in just 2 lines. Slowly, many English writers started to use the sonnet form to write their poems. Among them, the most popular was Shakespeare, and thus English sonnets are also called Shakespearean sonnets. This is Sonnet 116 by Shakespeare. In this sonnet, we find 3 quatrains and a couplet, and the rhyme scheme also matches that of the English sonnet. So this sonnet is a clear example of an English or Shakespearean sonnet. The third type of sonnet that we are going to discuss is the Spenserian sonnet. Now as obvious it is from the name, Spenserian sonnet was popularized by Edmund Spenser. It is only a variation of the Shakespearean sonnet that we have already discussed. The structure of Spenserian sonnet is same as that of a Shakespearean sonnet, that is 3 quatrains and a couplet. But in a Spenserian sonnet, the quatrains are interlocked. Thus the rhyme AB, AB, BC, BC, CD, CD, EE. If you are interested in reading a few sonnets, here are some. Sonnet 1 of Philip Sidney in Astrophil and Stella, Edmund Spenser's Amority, P.B. Shelley's Ozymandias, Shakespeare's Shall I Compare Thee to a Summer's Day, W.B. Yeats' Second Coming, and The Wind Hover by G.M. Hopkins.